We have got an invasion of fans from Brighton fans, which is very disappointing because we know they've been protesting, but it does seem a shame that they should disrupt something which they're really after, which is to preserve football for their club. Very disappointing scenes indeed. The third goal, not really responsible for it. This was, I think, a premeditated action, and the referee has taken most of the players off the field, which is the wise thing to do. But they're certainly not helping their cause by making this sort of interruption. And these are very distressing scenes. The Brighton fans have been protesting at the proposal to move their club away from the Goldstein ground. I would stress, this is not the way to go about any protests. There are extra police on duty today. Police were aware that there might be problems. And obviously doing their bit to ensure they're sorted out very quickly indeed. But we don't need this in football. For all their love and dedication for the game and for their club, they do it no service by these sort of protests. Well, the police managed to get it under control very quickly indeed, and they deserve full praise. Some of the action had to be very strong indeed. Obviously, very distressing for some members of the crowd. And in the meantime, the players are just gathering around the players' tunnel, just watching, appalled by the scenes which they've seen. All they want to do is to get back to playing football. That's what they're paid to do, and that's really what most of the fans have come here to watch. Well, the police have done remarkably well to get most of the fans back on to the terraces and away from the playing area, and we should be able to resume fairly shortly. There were a few arrests made, naturally. So the referee then, just consulting with the police as well, he obviously has now got the decision to make with the constable in charge of the operation to decide when they will bring the players back onto the field and resume. By the looks of things, all the fans are now back on the terraces. There is a stretcher that's coming across with somebody who has been hurt. I stress again to the Brighton fans, this is not the way to protest. We know that they're upset with the plans for their club, and we have certainly highlighted that on this programme. It is just very disappointing that a good game of football is disrupted by something like this. Players would just like to get back to the dressing room and finish it.
Well, the players don't, yeah, I mean, they don't understand this sort of thing. I mean, you can see the frustration of the supporters about what they've heard today from David Bellotti, but it's not the way, as you say, to disrupt a football match itself. If they want to sit outside the ground or sit outside the goalstone, let them do that. But as far as the players are concerned, they just want to get back and start playing again.
Let's join Chris Morn down in the players' tunnel. I believe he's got some news for us.
David, I'm just next to Liam Brady in the Brighton dugout. Liam, what's your reaction to this behaviour on the pitch at the moment?
Well, I'm very sorry it's happened because really there's something that we don't want, nobody wants to see. We were all a little bit fearful something like this might happen today. Our support is very upset, and the fact that we've gone a few goals behind as well hasn't helped matters.
Let's talk about the match now. I mean, what are your thoughts on the 3 goals?
Well, disappointed to concede the first one. The second one was a good goal. In many ways, it was unstoppable. It was a fine shot. We've been pushing half the lion's share of the game, but unfortunately, we're not able to score goals at the moment, and that's been our problem. No excuse.
And coming back to this situation, presumably you want the supporters to get off the pitch and the match to resume as quickly as possible.
Get the head.
Okay, Liam Brady, thanks very much indeed for that. Back to David.
It was nice to be able to talk about football for a few seconds there, and hopefully the players can get back onto the field in a few minutes' time and resume this game.
Well, Liam, he's disappointed in his side. You can see it in his face, but he's also disappointed in his supporters. He feels for them. There's no doubt about that, exactly the same as I did when I was down at Brighton as the manager. But it is definitely not the way to protest outside the ground. They can sit outside the Goldstone. They could even stop themselves from going, so Brighton don't have a crowd. But don't go onto a football pitch. It's not the way to achieve what they want to achieve.
Situation for the players in that situation. Obviously, they have got problems, both on and off the field, and especially on the field at the moment where they're 3 goals down, and thankfully the players are now resuming their positions. The police are retreating to other positions. The fans hopefully will remain behaved, and we can get the remainder of this game out of the way without any further disruption. It's a tremendous shame that on an occasion like this, with live football on the screens, that people should try and hijack the situation. We'll now try and concentrate on the football from now until the end of the game. And Liam Brady facing a real mountain and his players to climb. 3 goals down, and it really was a glorious goal that Jones scored, and nothing should obscure that. It really was a tremendous goal. Well, we're certainly going to have a certain amount of injury time to be played. I'd imagine it's got to be a drop ball. In fact, it's going to be a throw-in. The referee obviously keeping track with what the situation was in the game before all that developed. So, we're away again.